Pittsburgh will finish dead last in the AFC North. Pittsburgh is like the New England Patriots of old, just hanging on to the legacy of yesteryears, but now are in QB hell. They haven't had a consistent running game since Le'Veon Bell. At best, Najee Harris is average, and Tom Brady has distorted our reality, our perception on what is real when it comes to a 35-year-old quarterback. But history would tell us they are trash. I do not expect anything different from Russell Wilson. They have a good but not great defense. Their offensive line has been an issue for years. They've had an average running game and a below average passing game. I don't expect that to be any different. Their biggest addition to the offseason was a linebacker. I know in your heart of hearts, you're like, you know what? If Pittsburgh just had another linebacker, they would be amazing. And for that reason, Pittsburgh is finishing dead last in the AFC North. Coming in at third place, I have the Cincinnati Bengals. They have an above average defense. And of the four, I do think that the Cincinnati Bengals are the wild card. If they can protect Joe Burrow, they can be very, very good. I think everybody in the AFC North will be vying for a playoff position at the end of the year, including the Cincinnati Bengals. Their problem heading into this season is who is blocking for Joe Burrow? Who is blocking Myles bleeping Garrett? Who is blocking TJ Watt? Who is blocking Cameron Hayward? Who is blocking that defensive line of the Baltimore Ravens, which is a defensive line by committee? The answer is no one. They don't have anyone that can block Myles Garrett. They have nobody on their roster that can block Myles Garrett. They have nobody on their roster that can block TJ Watt. And their problem too is the way that they run their offense. They do a lot of 3-4 wide tight ends going out on routes, running backs going out on routes, no one checking, no one chipping. And that is going to come to bite them. I think that they will be able to get the ball down the field. They will be able to move the ball. They're going to have a little bit of a pullback in the run game. Their defense will be better than expected. I do think that the Bengals will be vying for a playoff spot if they can keep Joe Burrow upright. But I don't think that that's going to happen in the AFC North. So for that reason, I have the Cincinnati Bengals finishing in third, but vying for a playoff spot. And here's where the controversy is going to begin. At number 2, I have the Baltimore Ravens finishing number 2. I think they are a very good team with a very good defense, but they lost their best linebacker, and their big addition to the offseason was an ancient running back. Even if he's still in his prime, which I don't think that he is, but even if he is in his prime, I think that he will produce about 800 to 1,200 yards and about 5 to 10 touchdowns. Do you know what the Baltimore Ravens' last 5 running backs have done for them? About 800 to 1,200 yards and about 5 to 10 touchdowns. At no point in time have I ever thought to myself, not even once, you know what? If the Baltimore Ravens just had another running back, I think that they can make a Super Bowl run. No, sirree. They have pullbacks on defense. Their defense got a little bit worse. And their biggest issue, yet again, they have not solved it, is their offensive line and their receiving core. Who is catching the ball for Lamar Jackson? I would like to know. Now, I do think that the Baltimore Ravens are a serious playoff contender, and they are going to win about 10 to 13 games, somewhere in that range. That's about their floor and their ceiling. They will be able to run the ball, and they will be able to play defense. And if you can do those two things, you can win any game. And I think they will win a lot of games in the regular season, but it's going to be the same song, different verse come playoff time. And finishing first in the AFC North for the first time in over 20 years, the Cleveland Browns are going to finish first. Here is why. Number 1, 26% of their salary cap was on IR last year, and they were still a playoff team. People have this idea that Joe Flacco is the reason that they won 11 games. That is not true. Whether you like Deshaun Watson or not, the reason that they won every single game, one of the cornerstone reasons, is because they had a historically good defense. We got all of those players coming back, plus they got better on the D line, plus they got younger with more depth on D tackle, so the defense is going to be phenomenal. Coming back is Nick Chubb, and this was a pretty serious injury, but it wasn't as serious as they first thought. And if anybody has the capability of coming back even stronger, it's Nick Chubb. This dude is a freak of nature. And I would not be betting against him. So the running game is going to be better. They also had some key pickups at the running back. Deshaun Watson is coming back, and whether you like him or not, he is a middle to above average quarterback, whether you like him or not. That is just the facts. Picked up Jerry Jeudy, which a lot of people thought was a first-round talent. He was an underperformer for his draft pick, but he still produced, getting over 900 yards. David Njoku seems to have taken a step. One of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Plus, for getting all of those tackles back. They seem to have a home run at tackle with DeJuan Jones. So for those reasons, I think that the Cleveland Browns are going to take another step. This is the first time, too, that they are building the offense around Deshaun Watson. That never happened at the Houston Texans organization. So I think the Browns' floor is about 10 or 11 wins, and their ceiling is about 13 to 14 wins. I do think that it will come down to the final game between Baltimore and Cleveland. Those are going to be the clear-cut favorites for 1 and 2. It's going to be a two-man race. Cincinnati is going to be about a 9 to 11 win team. And Pittsburgh, I do think, will be decent. They will be average to below average. They are going to finish about 8 and 9. The first time, all streaks must come to an end. The first time that the Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to finish 500 is going to be this year. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure you like, subscribe. Where did I screw your team over? What did I get wrong? Let me know in the comments. Peace.